Om Shanti. This is the Sakar MURLI of the 10th of January, 2015. The essence is, sweet children, the incorporeal Father gives you His own directions and makes you into theists. Only by becoming theists can you claim your inheritance from the Father. Sweet children, the incorporeal Father gives you His own directions and makes you into theists, makes you into astik. Only by becoming theists can you claim your inheritance from the Father. The question is, to what two aspects must you pay full attention in order to claim your unlimited kingdom? To what two aspects must you pay full attention in order to claim your unlimited kingdom? The answer is the study and service. In order to do service, your character must be very good. This study, through which you claim a kingdom, is very wonderful. From the copper age onwards, you receive a kingdom by making donations and performing charity. However, you now become princes and princesses through this study. The song for today's Murli is, Hamare Teerth Nyare Hai, our pilgrimage is unique.
हमारे तीरथ न्यारे हैं, मेरी धरती के तारे हैं। हमारे तीरथ न्यारे हैं, मेरी धरती के तारे हैं। हमारे तीरथ न्यारे हैं, मेरी धरती के तारे हैं।
Om Shanti. You sweetest spiritual children heard a line of the song, your pilgrimage is to sit quietly at home and go to the land of liberation. Whereas all the pilgrimages of the world are common, your pilgrimage is unique. The intellect's yoga of a human being continues to wander around through sages and holy men. Continues to wander towards sages and holy men. You children have been given the direction, only remember the Father. He is the incorporeal Father. It isn't that those who believe in the incorporeal Father follow the directions of the incorporeal One. There are many different opinions in the world. Incorporeal directions are given by the incorporeal Father, and by following them, people claim the highest status of liberation and liberation in life, highest status of mukti and jivan mukti. Others know none of these things. They simply say that they believe in the incorporeal One. There are innumerable directions. In the Golden Age, there is only one direction, whereas in the Iron Age, there are innumerable directions. There are innumerable religions. There must be hundreds of thousands of directions. In every home, each one has his own direction. Here, only the one Father gives you the most elevated directions to make you into the most elevated of humans. When people see your pictures, many ask you, what have you created? What is the main thing? Tell them, this is the knowledge of the Creator and the beginning, the middle, and end of creation. It is through this knowledge that we become theists. By becoming theists, we receive our inheritance from the Father. We lose our inheritance by becoming atheists. The task of you children now is to change atheists into theists, to change Nastik into Astik. You have now received this introduction from the Father. The picture of the Trimurti is very clear. Brahmins created through Brahma are definitely needed. This yagya only functions through you Brahmins. This yagya is a very important one. First of all, You have to explain that the Father is the highest Father of all, and that all souls are brothers. They all remember the one Father. He's called the Father. You receive your inheritance from the Father, the Creator. You cannot receive it from the creation. This is why everyone remembers God. The Father is the Creator of heaven, and He only comes in Bharat. He comes here to carry out His task. The picture of the Trimurti is very good. That one is Baba, and this one is Dada. Baba is establishing the Sun dynastic kingdom through Brahma. The Father says, remember me, and your sins will be absolved. Your aim and objective is completely clear. This is why Baba has had the medals made. Tell them, we explain everything in short, in 2 words. You can receive your inheritance from the Father in a second. The Father is the Creator of heaven. These medals are very good. However, many body-conscious children do not understand them. These medals contain the whole knowledge of a second. Baba comes and makes Bharat into heaven. Only the Father makes the world new. The most elevated confluence age has been remembered. All of this knowledge should trickle in your intellects. Some do have yoga, but they don't listen to knowledge, and so they are unable to imbibe anything. The children who do service are able to imbibe this knowledge very well. The Father comes and does the service of changing human beings into deities, but some children don't do any service. So, of what use are such children? How will they climb onto Bap Dada's heart throne? The Father says, my part in the drama is to liberate everyone from Ravan's kingdom. Ram's kingdom and Ravan's kingdom have been remembered in Bharat. Now, who is Ram? People don't even know this. They sing, the purifier, the God of the devotees, is one. Therefore, when anyone comes for the first time, give him the Father's introduction. First judge the person and explain accordingly. The unlimited Father comes to give you your inheritance of unlimited happiness. He doesn't have a body of his own. And so, how does he give the inheritance? He himself says, I teach you Raj Yoga through the body of Brahma and enable you to claim that status. It takes a second to explain this medal. This medal is so tiny. However, those who explain have to be very soul conscious. There are very few of them. No one makes this effort. And this is why Baba says, write your chart and see how much time you stay in remembrance throughout the whole day. Whilst working in your office throughout the day, you have to stay in remembrance. You have to perform actions. Here, you are made to sit in yoga and told to remember the Father. At that time, you don't perform actions. You have to remember Baba even whilst performing actions. Otherwise, you will form the habit of having to sit specially to have remembrance. Only when you stay in remembrance whilst performing actions will you be recognized as a karma yogis. You definitely do have to play your parts. It is only in this remembrance that Maya causes obstacles. None of you write your chart honestly. Some of you write that you stayed in remembrance for half an hour or for 3/4 of an hour. Even that must have been remembrance in the early morning. On the path of devotion too, people wake up in the morning to chant Ram's name whilst turning the beads of a rosary. It isn't that they are lost in the one at that time. No. They also have many thoughts arising. Firm devotees are able to still their intellects. Pakke Bhagat are able to still their intellects. This is the silent mantra. This is a new aspect. The word Manmana Bhav is mentioned in the Gita. However, because Krishna's name is used, they remember Krishna. They don't understand anything. You should definitely have some medals with you. Tell them, the Father is explaining through the body of Brahma, and we have love for that Father. People have no knowledge of souls or the Supreme Soul. No one but the Father can give this knowledge. The picture of Trimurti Shiv is the main one, the Father and the inheritance. It is very easy to understand this cycle. There are hundreds of thousands of subjects created at exhibitions. There are very few kings, but their subjects are in the region of millions. Many become subjects, but you have to make effort to create kings. Those who do more service will definitely receive a higher status. Some children are very keen to do service. They say, I want to leave my job. There is enough for me to eat anyway. I now belong to Baba, and so I'll be looked after by Shiv Baba. However, Baba says, I entered this one's body in his stage of retirement. The mothers are young, and so, even whilst living at home, they can carry on doing both types of service. That is, looking after a home and doing spiritual service. Baba advises each of you according to your circumstances. A great deal of trouble is caused if they are not allowed to marry. This is why Baba first sees each one's karmic accounts before he gives advice. To a Kumar he would say, you can do this service and claim your inheritance from the unlimited Father through this service. What would you receive from that Father? Just dust. Everything is going to turn to dust. Day by day, less time remains. Many children believe that they will inherit their father's property, but the Father says they are not going to inherit anything. All of that property is going to turn to ashes. They think that those they leave behind will eat from that inheritance. It takes no time for the wealth of the wealthy to be destroyed. Death is standing ahead of you. No one will be able to claim that inheritance. There are very few who can explain this very clearly. Only those who do a lot of service will claim a high status. Therefore, they have to be given regard. You have to learn from them. You have to give regard for 21 birds. They will automatically claim a high status, and so they will be given regard wherever they go. They themselves can understand that whatever they have received is good. They become happy with just that. You have to pay full attention to the study and service in order to claim the unlimited kingdom. This study is unlimited. The kingdom is being established. You study this education here and become princes there. When human beings donate wealth, they take birth to a king or a wealthy person. However, that happiness is temporary. You have to pay a great deal of attention to this study. You should be concerned about doing service. You should want to go to your village and do service there. There will be benefit to many. Baba knows that as yet no one has any interest in doing such service. A good character is also needed. It shouldn't be that you do this service and thereby defame the name of this yajna and also incur a loss for yourself. Baba explains everything clearly. There is so much concern for medals, etc. It is understood that according to the drama, it will take time. This trance light of Lakshmi and Narayan is first class. However, today, you children have the omens of Jupiter, whereas tomorrow, there are the omens of an eclipse of Rahu. You have to watch your part in the drama as a detached observer. Only a very few claim a high status. It is possible that your bad omens will be removed. If your bad omens are removed, you are able to take a high jump. Make effort to create a good life for yourself. Otherwise, everything will be destroyed for cycle after cycle. You will think that the bad omens have come again, as they did in the previous cycle. When you don't follow Srimad, you cannot claim a status. God's Srimad is the highest of all. No one but you can understand this picture of Lakshmi and Narayan. Others just say that the pictures are very good. When you see these pictures, the incorporeal world, subtle region, the corporeal world, and the whole world cycle enter your intellects. You are becoming knowledgeful, number-wise, according to the effort you make. Baba becomes very happy on seeing these pictures. You students should experience a lot of happiness. This is what we are becoming through this study. You receive a high status through this study. It shouldn't be that you say, whatever is in my fortune. You receive a reward by making effort. You have found the Father who inspires you to make effort. You will reach a very bad state if you don't follow his directions. First of all, explain these medals to anyone who comes. Those who are worthy would instantly ask to be given one. Yes, indeed. Why not? Those who belong to this religion will be struck by the arrow. They can be benefited. The Father gives you heaven on the palm of your hand in a second. You should have a lot of happiness about this. You should give this knowledge to the devotees of Shiv. Tell them, Shiv Baba says, by remembering me, you will become the kings of kings. Simply do this service throughout the day. In Banaras especially, there are many temples to Shiv, and so good service can be done there. Someone or other will emerge. It is very easy to do service. Just try it and see. You will of course be given food. Just try doing service and see. There are centers there anyway. Go to the temples in the morning and come back at night. Just open some centers. You can do the most service in the Shiv temples. Shiv temples are the most elevated. In Bombay, there is a temple to Babulnath, the Lord of Thorns. You can go there for the whole day to do service and benefit many. These medals are good enough. Just try and see. Baba says, not just 100,000 medals, you can even make 1,000,000 medals. The elderly can do very good service. There will be many subjects created. The Father just says, remember me, that's all. You have forgotten the word Manmanabhav. God says this. Krishna is not God. He takes the full 84 births. Shiv Baba enables Krishna to claim that status. What need is there to stumble? The Father says, just remember me. You can do the best service in the Shiv temples. In order to achieve success in service, serve while stabilized in a soul-conscious stage. When your heart is clean, all your desires are fulfilled. Baba especially gives advice to Banaras because there are also ashrams for retired people there. Tell them, we Brahmins are the children of Brahma. The Father says through Brahma, remember me so that your sins are absolved. There is no other way. From morning until night, sit in the Shiv temples and do service. Just try it and see. Shiv Baba himself says, there are many temples to me. No one will say anything to you. Instead, they will become even happier, saying that you praise Shiv Baba a great deal. Tell them, this Brahma is a Brahmin. He is not a deity. This one also remembers Shiv Baba and claims that status. Through this one, Shiv Baba says, constantly remember me alone. It is so easy. No one would ever insult elderly people. Not much service has taken place in Banaras as yet. It is very easy to explain using the medals and pictures. If someone is poor, tell him, we are giving it to you free. If someone is wealthy, tell him, if you give something, we can have even more made to benefit many more, and so there will be benefit for you too. This business of yours will be the best. Someone should just try it and see. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long-lost and now-found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children say namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for dharana. The first point is, imbibe this knowledge in your life and do service. Have regard for those who do a lot of service and who have a very good character. Imbibe this knowledge in your life and do service. Have regard for those who do a lot of service and who have a very good character. The second point is, form the habit of staying in remembrance whilst performing actions. In order to achieve success in service, become soul conscious and keep your heart clean. Form the habit of staying in remembrance while performing actions. In order to achieve success in service, become soul conscious, become Dehi Abhimani, and keep your heart clean, and keep your dil saaf. The blessing for today is, may you constantly be an embodiment of success by experiencing of the companion and by being a detached observer. May you constantly be an embodiment of success. May you be Sada Safalta Murt by experiencing of the companion, of the Sathi, and by being a detached observer, and by being a Sakshi. Explanation. Children who constantly stay with the father automatically become detached observers because the father himself plays his part as the detached observer. Therefore, those who stay with him will also play their parts as detached observers, and those whose companion is the Almighty Authority Father automatically become embodiments of success. Even on the path of devotion, they call out to experience the company for a short time, to have a glimpse. But you have become companions in all relationships. Therefore, keep the happiness and intoxication that you have attained, whatever you wanted to attain. The slogan for today is, the sign of waste thoughts is a sad mind and your happiness vanishes. The sign of waste thoughts is a sad mind and your happiness vanishes. Man udas or khushi gayab. The special homework to experience the Avyakt stage in this Avyakt month is, the 10th point, check, is every thought that I have for the benefit of the self and everyone? How many thoughts did I have in 1 second? How many were worthwhile and how many were not worthwhile? Let there not be any difference between your thoughts and actions. Thoughts are an invaluable treasure of life. Just as you do not waste physical treasures, similarly, not a single thought go to waste. Similarly, let not a single thought go to waste. Om Shanti.